Great to see that you've taken on the obstacle course challenge. So here we go. Let's go into the solution. So checking these, just at first glance, you can see that there's nothing really wrong. However, if you remember down here on our drop-down overlays, we have face orientation. And you can see that we definitely have some that do not have correct normals currently. Might as well give a quick little glance. Oh, the rest of them are all fine. So how do we go about fixing these? The quickest way of doing this is selecting all of our objects that have bad faces, going into edit mode, having face select enabled, hitting A to select everything, and we can use the shortcut Shift N or hitting spacebar to search recalculate normals. But with Shift N we recalculate normals, and that there is how to fix all the faces. Let's turn things back into their normal color and on to the next task. In this task, we have to recenter the origin to the center of this cube. If you remember, that's right-clicking on our selected object, going Set Origin, and we're going Origin to Geometry. By default, that is going to be the center of the cube. Working our way to the next task, we have set my origin to this vertex and then place this cube to 0, 0, 0. So to do that, we're going to select our object to see where the current origin is, and we're going to be using the 3D cursor for this. Currently, we have grid snapping enabled. We have to make sure that this is on vertex snapping right this minute. And now when we go Shift right click, holding down right click, it's snapping to the face. Hold down Control, it's now going to snap to the vertices. So we're going to move that there, select our object once again, then we're going to go right click, Set Origin, Origin to 3D Cursor. So now we have the vertex set to that place, and now let's go ahead and set this cube to 0, 0, 0. To do that, if your tool shelf is hidden, hit N, if not that little arrow there. Now we're going to go into the item, the transform of it. I'm going to click and drag to select all of these at once, and then put in a 0 and hit enter, and there we have it. That is the cube at 0, 0, 0. Moving along to the next task, we have set my origin to the center of the cube of task 2. So we have to set the origin of this cube to the center of that cube. Now, how would we go about doing that? I have a feeling this is going to need the 3D cursor once again. So remember that we already have this set to the center. So let's select this and see if there's any options in our little option here. So there's nothing there. Now, was there another menu that I showed? There was another menu. If we go Shift S, we have this here, which is cursor to active. This is going to move our 3D cursor to the current active object's origin position. So doing that, we now have our 3D cursor over that origin position. So let's go and select our cube here. Then let's go right click, set origin, origin to 3D cursor. Now, with that done, if we were to rotate on the Z, you can see that our origin point is set to the center of the cube in task 2. Lastly, we come to the extrusion round. So this one looks like it's been done in 2 moves. To do this, we're going to select the cube, go into edit mode, make sure that we're in face select. We're going to select this top face here. I'm going to hit E, and I have a feeling this is going to be 4. So I'm going to hit 4 and hit enter, because this original cube is only 2 millimeters. So let's go and select this other face here, hit E and hit 1, hit enter, and there we go. We've gone and done that in 2 moves. Now, how could this next one be done in 1 move? Because it looks like it's done in 3 different extrusions here. Well, if you remember, there is another menu for extrusion. So let's go into the edit mode, select the 3 faces that are going to be extruded. Now we can't just hit E and extrude. What we have to do is go Alt E, and how was this done? This looks like it was by extrude individual faces. So extruding the individual faces, there's the result we're wanting. So let's hit 1 and hit enter, and there we have extrusion on those 3 faces with 1 move. I think along the same lines, this one follows that. Let's take a look at this one in this cube in edit mode. Okay, it looks like it's only been done on 2 faces. And let's see, so let's go into edit mode with our cube here, select these 2 faces. If we were to just hit E right this minute, we're not going to get our desired result. So if we go Alt E, we know individual faces won't work, so it must be along normal. So let's go. Now we get this slant. Do you remember the little key that I told you that will fix the scaling issue here? It's S. This does our extrusion like we want. So let's hit this. I think I had this one set to 2, and then we hit enter, and there you have it. That is the obstacle course solutions. I hope you gave it your best shot. That is the best way. If you found this a little bit too difficult, maybe go through the original video once again and then try the course once again and see how you get through.